This is our second podcast episode of what we hope is many more. And we have a special guest with us today who I will introduce in just a moment. But I'm with Meg Loki, our Director of Philanthropy. Meg, if you just want to introduce yourself briefly.
I'm Meg Loki, Director of Philanthropy. I've been with Pinellas Community Foundation for almost 2 years, and I've been in philanthropy in Pinellas County for over 20 years.
And then we're joined by Stephen Miller today. And Stephen, we're going to have a great conversation today and learn much more about you, but just a brief essence of who you are.
I'll keep it brief, I promise.
All right.
So I've been a CPA in the Tampa area for over 40 years now. Also established a financial advisory practice 20 or 25 years ago, and have been involved with Pinellas Community Foundation for about 110 years, David.
We've been around for 110, so yes, the whole time.
Exactly. So thanks for having me here today.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you being with us. So one of the things we want to talk to you about, what are the types of causes that you support and why do they matter to you?
You know, it's highly individualized, of course. And we understand that, I'm sure, by virtue of the various clientele that you work with. For my family and I, we've been involved with a local charity, Voices of Hope for Aphasia. These are it's an organization that helps folks who have struggled with brain trauma, typically after a stroke. And the issues that we see very, very frequently are communications related. Also, there are religious organizations that we've helped fund and been active with previously too.
And you're a board member, huh?
Still bored for me. But yes, the outgoing chair of Board Voices of Hope, and
wow.
I've been corralled because what does the accountant always do? Treasurer.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's where I am.
Boards are very lucky to have a treasurer that is a CPA.
The only one that works. Exactly.
That's great. So you're outgoing this year. So you've been chair. How long have you been chair?
Board chair in terms of effort, or actually the time I sat there. Probably two different answers, but I think it's been 3 years.
Okay.
I suspect.
Good. Wonderful.
Besides staying away from boredom on a board, what kind of and actually sometimes boredom is kind of nice too when it comes to boards. Right. But what's some advice you might have for someone who's thinking about joining a board? We get requests from time to time. People are interested, but they don't even know what that's like. What kind of advice would you have for people who are interested?
So I think there are a number of rationales for being interested in joining a board, and truly the only one that matters in terms of long-lasting board membership is a passion for the mission of the organization. If we're looking to pad our resumes or buy our way into heaven, that's not the way to do it. But a true belief in what the organization provides is the core of a successful board membership.
Oh, that's really great. I wish more board members were doing it for that reason. That's good to hear.
Most definitely.
That's good to hear. Now, you guys, you and your late wife started a donor advised fund years ago. What made you decide to start a donor advised fund?
So way back when in the CPA world, we were forced to sit down and learn certain things. Okay. And one of the aspects of learning was how could we help folks who were charitably inclined, but also maybe accelerate a tax deduction occasionally. So I learned it through just being involved professionally with folks' circumstances. And then you look in the mirror one day and say, why are we not taking that same advice? So it was really as simplistic as that. Inevitably, we were charitably inclined, but also the idea of grouping deductions in a given year. This is a vehicle that enabled us to really help in all respects. So that's how we initially came to it.
So following your own advice. That's how you got there. Eventually,
yes. Yeah. It's what's the old story about the make shoes and
collar shoes.
Yeah, and that's why my tax return is the last one that gets done every year too.
Oh,
helping other people get their stuff done before
and eventually.
Yes, been there. Especially with donor advised fund, was personally a little late to that world, but you help people understand that and understand what it is, and then finally one day you sit down and say, yeah, exactly, why am I not doing this?
That's really how it came to pass.
So you had a donor advised fund in one place, but then you discovered PCF and ultimately decided to transfer your DAF to PCF. What kind of led you to that?
Really, it was a revelation after a period of time with the national brokerage firm that my identity was merely my account number. There's no relationship. So we went shopping for an organization that was local based that we could truly have a working relationship with. And what struck me initially about, not to puff you up too much, was that in that very first conversation, it's too late, right?
No, he's
Uh,
pretty good.
in that very first conversation, we expressed interest in other charitable pursuits, yet really had no idea of what local entities were available. And you made up a couple answers, and we bought it.
I hope I made up good ones.
You did. In retrospect, you gotta remember.
Oh,
So the nature of the relationship is personal in that we can call, we can reach out to you for assistance, but then also guidance as well too, and that's meaningful.
so what was the if there was a process for you and what you remember? What was the process like to move the DAF? Was it difficult, easy?
It was incredibly complex. Filled out a form and the money moved. Yeah, in essence, that's really what happened too.
Yes.
I suspect that national firm is accustomed to losing clients. They're really good at it.
Mhm.
Oh,
With love.
Yes. Yes.
we're glad to have you here at
Thank you.
PCF and be able to assist you on in your donating out and your granting out to charities.
The assistance is meaningful. Thank you.
And we also like that you're on the board and involved with Voice of Hope for Aphasia, because as we've gotten to know you too, we've also gotten to know that organization, sort of collectively and independently of you, and have come to find that to be an organization that does incredible work in the community, is meaningful for all of us as well. And the team there, it's an incredible team. Just to be around those people, just feels good.
It really inspiring. I mean, frankly, our members, that's the guts of the organization. Would be the members, and I'm inspired every time I see them. I do recall the first time that you and I recognized each other at one of the Voices of Hope meetings. It was one of those frozen moments. Yeah. So but the relationship between the organizations has been hopefully mutually beneficial.
Very much so.
And we went to your gala this year.
I believe I saw you at the bar.
It's sponsored your gala. That was so much fun. It was the words. What is it called?
Wordplay.
Wordplay. Oh, it was so much fun. I love competition. I really love winning. I didn't win, but I liked competing.
The very first time we pulled together wordplay with absolutely no understanding of would anyone show up, and if they showed up, would they empty their wallets? And it was a blast. Successful financially, but folks left enthused about next year's gala as well too.
But what I really got from it was the passion for your mission. It was so evident in every single person that attended. You could not sit there at that event and not feel the passion for the mission. And that's really hard to get across. I think it's lost in some nonprofits fundraising. So congratulations.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's really important for us to frankly brag about our members, the effort they put in, the success that they're having. And I think we've attempted to portray that.
For sure. We happen to go to a lot of events and a lot of galas, and I will say that one was super fun.
Oh, fantastic.
We enjoyed it a
Show
lot.
up next year.
Yes, we'd be happy
Absolutely.
to. Especially Meg, especially with the competition. She can get pretty fierce and
Oh,
competitive.
this is just
so.
me. Rebecca also
That's
very
Rebecca, too.
excited about.
I will say it was nice. We had a board member at our table too, who it wasn't just hello and I'm so and so, but clearly, as Meg was saying, passionate about the mission, had a lot of great things to say, and a lot of their own experience to share, which was wonderful.
Maybe off camera if you could share the name because they deserve a raise.
To a big raise.
Yeah.
We'd suggest a
From
very
0 to
big,
0.
yes, we'd suggest a very big raise.
Oh, that's good.
So just back to DAS for a second, and even with your background and experience, to anyone who might be considering that, what kind of advice would you give, or what would you tell them if they're considering DAF?
I think step one is, frankly, a look in the mirror to make the determination of why consider this. And at the core of it, there are certain charities, or maybe you're not even aware of what those charities are yet, that you want to help, you want to assist. And that assistance, frankly, depending on your estate planning, will come during your lifetime or even after your passing as well too. And that was important to my wife and I, is that we established through our estate planning some sort of an organization that could help us with that mission, both now and later. Um, so that's step one: is look in the mirror and make the determination of what you want to accomplish. And it may be something that's somewhat selfish motivated than tax deduction, or it may be philanthropy, or a combination of the two. So once beyond that, then it's time to go out and meet some folks.
Excellent.
What are some benefits of having your fund here specifically at Pinellas Community Foundation?
Well, the primary one that immediately comes to mind is I get to hang out with the cool kids, and that's invaluable, of course.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, it's a high hurdle, right? But having said that, the ease of use of the portal, as an example, when there's determination that a donation is to be made, it's really very simple. So for those of us who are technologically challenged, don't be concerned.
That's great. Anyone who is interested in converting their DAF to Pinellas Community Foundation can reach out, go to our website, pinellascf.org, and reach out to us individually on there. You can contact us, Duggan or me. Converting your DAF is actually very simple. It's a quick donation. Since we're a 501c3, you just pick us as your grantor and get a fund agreement together with Pinellas Community Foundation, and then you're rolling.
Simplistic.
Yeah. So, Stephen, thank you so much for being on the podcast with us. We appreciate your time, and it's always great to talk to you and hear about what's new and exciting. But thank you everyone for joining us for the Giving Current podcast. And we look forward to continuing discussing partnerships, community events, philanthropy in the area.
Thanks so much, man. Appreciate this.